Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Entertainment Banter. My name is Joel.
And I'm Matt.
And we are back again another week. Guys, isn't that amazing? A weekly podcast comes out, once a week?
That's usually how it works.
That's weird. So we're very on top of that, and we like to not take up your time talking about nothing. So we always stick it to about 30 minutes, right, Matt? Don't you hate those podcasts that only talk? They like certain podcasts that we know people who would do a podcast and they would do like a 30-minute one and then a 3-hour one and then an hour and 50.
They're all
Who does
over the
that?
place.
Who does that?
Well, I'll be honest. We've been messing up a lot lately. We've deviated from format. We need to get back to be regiment.
We're pretty close. We're pretty close.
We try not to go past 30 for sure. Doesn't
And
happen, but we try.
We're taking requests to fire Matt up because Matt is a fired up little man.
Arr.
So Matt, I want to ask you
Yes.
something. This is going to be our topic tonight. It's going to be a question. It's going to be a question to
excited.
you. This is the topic.
Just to me.
It's a question. I'm involved in the question too, but I'm going to ask it since someone we don't have a third person here to ask us it, so I have to ask you it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. Why is ESPN not by itself? Oh, sorry, my bad. I fucked up the question. Wow. Can we go back?
Sure.
Beep.
Sure. We're back in time.
Welcome back to Entertainment.
Hi, my name's Matt.
Oh man, and that makes me Joel.
All right, keep going.
What's
your question?
Why is ESPN by itself and not on Disney Plus or on Hulu? Why is ESPN? Let's make that question longer. Let's go a little
ESPN?
backtrack. ESPN is the failing TV network of Disney, right? So I'm going to break it
Mostly
down even
because of
more.
politics,
Let's
but
break it
yes.
down more. Yes, let's break it down even more. Stock. Let's go with stocks. What people know about stocks. TV takes up about 60%, 70% of Disney stock or so. It's a good portion, maybe. I'm sorry, that's probably wrong portions, but it's probably 40, 50% stock, right? Just TV
It's a
production.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
ESPN
it's a
is
lot.
70.
Parks and
ESPN is 70% of that TV stock. It's
70%.
a chunk. It's a chunk. I don't know how it is.
Interesting.
What it is now? 100%.
That makes sense, though.
But
I
it
believe
was. So when ESPN's doing bad, the stock starts going down.
Right.
So why is ESPN by itself on a streaming service when it could easily be combined with ESPN or Hulu or Disney? Yes, you can get it bundled, but why isn't it just already not included with one of those services? Like if you just get Hulu Plus, why can't you get the sports?
well,
Matt,
that's
why?
easy. That's easy, Joel. Money.
All
Money,
right.
money.
Next topic.
So, tonight's topic. All
That
right,
was
I
it.
guess.
That
So
was
is it going to be ESPN specific?
I was
why
just
is
saying,
that
like,
one?
why would Disney?
Well, if you look at it if you back up a little bit, right? So, ESPN, was it always owned by Disney? I can't remember.
No,
That
it
I
was
don't
not.
know.
It was not started by Disney. It could have been
Right.
purchased by the Eisner the era
Yeah, I can't
because he was
remember.
on to the sports.
Well, back in the day, believe it or not, I used to watch ESPN quite regularly, and I don't
I think
now.
a lot of people have before I started going bankrupt.
But to answer your question briefly, just like why would you cater Barbie dolls to girls? ESPN was for sports lovers. So boy or girl, if you like sports, you didn't care about Muppet Babies or if Raven was gonna be so Raven. You would watch just sports, and so you didn't need to buy other packages. They're just some people that just want sports, so just buy ESPN.
Do you honestly think there is a guy out there? There could be one guy out there that only
Right.
has ESPN and does not have Hulu, does not have Netflix,
Oh,
does
I
not have
picture a lot of
Disney,
them.
does not have Amazon Prime, does not have
Well-
HBO Max, does not have whatever other bullshit plus Apple Plus or whatever it is plus.
Well, I mean,
Plus.
obviously ESPN is not the only sports thing available. Like you can get
That's
NFL
fine.
Network, and
That's fine.
But the sports things are tough because they purposely spread them out. You know what I mean? Like you can watch certain games on certain networks at certain times. Blah 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 blah.
Well, that's always been the case. Like when you ordered a
Right.
cable network, like, do you want this or what? Blah blah.
Right. Right. Well, and
Mhm.
if you think about it, sports, and obviously it also catered down to the sport. Like baseball would be here, or NFL would be here, and the nights would change. What night? It used to be Monday night, then it's Thursday night. And,
Right.
that kind of stuff. But and then hockey, like all of those sports, soccer is becoming a global thing. Like soccer made it really global.
Football?
NFL is trying to be global. Yeah.
Football.
The football for
The
them,
football.
and the two footballs, I guess. But it's
F-U-T.
so I think from that standpoint, somebody that's really into any particular sport, I just have a hard time seeing them watch Playhouse Disney. You know what I mean? So it's not that they wouldn't, or they don't have kids that would, but the era has changed. You know this. We've talked about streaming services. We talked about apps. It's changing. We're never going back. You know what I mean? Like we're never gonna have our Saturday morning cartoons again because
No, that's over.
They said, why do that when we have a 24-hour cartoon channel?
Right,
you know?
but Cartoon
And then,
Network screwed that up when they first came out on their network. As soon as
well,
they came out,
Nickelodeon
it
was guilty of that too.
Yeah.
For a while.
No,
And then they started
Nickelodeon.
doing their teeny bopper shows and other things.
And
but-
Disney started doing it too when they Toon Disney or not? Is it Toon Disney?
Right,
Was there-
Disney Channel.
Okay, yeah,
Disney
yeah.
Channel used to play more cartoons before they started
Mhm.
getting teeny bopperish. So it's like, that changed that era, right? It's just like
Sure.
the music video killed the rock star kind of thing, right? So now the apps, the streaming services are going to kill everything else. So I think you're right. If Disney wanted to charge twice as much for their service, they just need to get all of Fox stuff, all of everything studio related, Disney related, and sports related. And you're right, they just need to throw it all under one umbrella, call it a day. But I don't think they're going to do that because we were talking about it. Like they're hurting for money. There's a possibility that they're going to sell certain Fox properties off to make some money back,
Let me ask you
so
something.
they can't.
Let me ask you
Yeah,
something.
go for it.
If they put, so right now they have it divided up into 3 subscriptions. Pretty much, you can get Hulu
For now,
Plus,
right?
Disney,
And then,
right,
which
that's
is
fine.
annoying because even that is subcategorized based on what you said, like the Plus,
Right, you can't even get Hulu
the
Plus
Premium or whatever the hell it
You
is.
can't even get Hulu Premium or Plus with the package deal. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. But ESPN.
By the way, Mulan is now free for anybody that paid for it less than a month ago.
3 months ago.
Whatever. I'm just saying it's free now.
Disney Premium is no longer a thing. Anyways, if you take the 3 services right now and you're saying that maybe some guy just wants ESPN, so right now Disney's playing nice to them because Disney in theory could put all 3 services, all like you said, all everything Disney owns, everything. We're talking Lucas, Marvel, Fox, Disney, everything, ESPN,
Buena Vista, everything.
Buena Vista, even Cinema. What was their old rated R one? They used to make movies under
I can't remember it.
Cineplex, not Cineplex.
I don't know. There's a couple others, to be honest with you. I can't remember all of them.
Anyways,
But keep going.
put them
Pixar,
all
obviously.
under one umbrella, one subscription, and charge $50 a month, and I'm sure people would pay it.
Especially if they had sports.
Right. Why not do that? Because the guy who just wants sports would probably pay it because, well, shit, man, I want sports. Kind of like that back in the day when you had cable, you'd be like, oh, do you want HBO? Yeah, but you have to get these 3 channels that but cost more.
Right.
And why not do that? Why they could probably make a profit off of that.
Well, the problem with the sports thing is going to be the consistent problem always, which is not every game will be aired on ESPN.
Okay.
So if you're a big football fan, for example, and you want to watch all the games, you'd have to still get all the networks that support those games. You know what I mean?
But
like right now, Prime, Amazon
Sure.
Prime right now, as a member, I can watch 1 football game or 2 football games a week.
really?
But
oh.
that's not every game. It's just the
Oh.
games they select for that week, the rights for that week.
So, but what stops Disney from still that's the consumer's problem. What stops Disney from making it all one big bundle and just saying you have to pay for it now? You have to pay for it now like that. That's just how it's going to come. You're going to get.
I think it's smart that they're doing it the way that they're doing it for right now, only because you can get rid of it. You know what I mean? If Disney wants to sell off ESPN because it's tanking so bad, they could get rid of it. You could break it off, or if
I thought they were going to.
If they start to clean up, well, they started cleaning house
when the stock was dropping below $100, probably about 4 years ago. It was They were because ESPN is what was tanking it, so they were about to ditch it. I thought they were going to get rid of it.
Well, I don't want to talk Star Wars, but it was an era, right? There was a time in Disney's life where they were on King of the Mountain, and then they started pissing off the fans at Star Wars. They started pissing off the fans on ESPN with politics, and so people started getting pissed at all these places, and so the ratings dropped. Disney came out after Solo's failure, and then definitely after the
Solo,
Rise of Skywalker's failure. No, yeah, whatever. After the Rise of Skywalker didn't make what they wanted, though, right? From a standpoint of financial backing, they said, okay, that's it. Everybody that's in broadcast, shut your pie hole. If you have an opinion and it's not about a curveball, then shut up. You know what I mean? It's like no one wants to hear your politics anymore. And what didn't help ESPN is it's kind of like a gateway drug. If you're a parent, right, and your kid's acting up, and you're sitting there and you're watching them act up, and they look at you, and you don't do anything, they think, oh, it's okay, I can continue to do it, right?
Right.
So ESPN, when you see a sports newscaster start saying political things, the sports people are watching they're going to say, hey, look, did you see my badass play? I'm going to watch ESPN. Oh, look, the sportscasters, they're saying this stuff. Yeah, they're saying this stuff. So guess what? Next thing you know, you got sports players kneeing or standing or jumping or hopscotching or whatever. And the point is, now it's not even the news organization's fault anymore. That's what they have to broadcast. And so now you got two things drawing people away from sports in politics. One, opinions from newscasters and opinions from players. Whether you believe the opinions or not doesn't matter. You can't. The train's rolling. You can't stop it now. You know what I mean? And so it's a problem for Disney, because even if Disney cleans house with newscasters and says, hey, get your shit together, stop making your opinions, just broadcast the sport, they're gonna have to talk about it, because if someone sits, stands, shits, they're gonna have to talk about it.
So now, what do you think?
They kind of dug their own grave.
What do you think they're doing now? Because now it's doing much better. Like it's bouncing back.
Right, so but that's what I'm saying. Disney brought down the hammer. They said no more politics. That's, if you've noticed, they're not allowed to really talk about it anymore.
I don't watch ESPN ever, but do you feel like that these? Because we're noticing that too. Also in Star Wars, they're backpedaling a lot, and they're backpedaling like at the parks.
It goes back to money, right?
They're backpedaling, like they push as far as they can, and when they finally get pushed back, they retract a lot. Is that what you're doing?
Let me put it this way:
because they're not doing the Justice Warrior bullshit, JSW.
No, forget all that. Like, let me put it in terms most people can understand.
Can't forget it.
Grandma is having her 95th birthday, right?
God, you and these analogies.
Yeah. And you invite me over to Grandma's birthday party, right? And I walk right up to her. People are saying happy birthday. Yes, I am. And everyone's saying happy birthday, Grandma. We love you, Grandma. And I walk up to her and I give her a good old bitch slap across the face as hard as I can.
Knock out her dentures.
Right? And their fucking dentures are gone, man. They went right out the window. I knocked her so hard. And then you know what I do? But then you know what I do? Is I give her a card, and there's like, I don't know, like $50,000 in it.
I was gonna say like the Fountain of Youth, like a little splash of Fountain of Youth, a little splash.
Right, feels good, right? Good. Do you think your grandmother's gonna remember me if, like, the next time I come in, I get close? Do you think she might flinch a little bit if I raise my hand? Yeah,
absolutely.
I think she's going to. Right.
But she's
people
gonna expect
remember
$50,000.
You can't tell people your political opinions and tell them you may or may not be dirt. Based on any belief
Matt,
that you stand
can't
by.
whip out your dick at the school cafeteria and expect no one's going to forget that.
Right, exactly, because it's so enormous.
Look how much quicker that.
Yeah, I know, right? But that's
so enormous.
You're right.
Thank you.
Right, I know. Thank you. But
no, you're
But you know what I'm
welcome.
saying?
Wait,
like, people don't forget how they're treated. You know what I'm saying? And
some
so
do.
You can throw. Some people can forgive, but you don't forget. You know what I'm saying? Like people with Star Wars fans, right? You brought it up. So the Mandalorian, right?
Sure.
Look at the Mandalorian. There are so many butthurt Star Wars fans, including myself. They're so angry about how Disney has treated the property.
I'm so glad I'm not a Star Wars fan.
They're starving. They're like starving dogs looking for a steak being thrown at them, right? Mandalorian is that steak, and they're so desperate for wanting Star Wars to be good that they're almost willing to forgive everything. Me, not so much, but there's a lot of people out there that are raving about the Mandalorian.
But the thing is, there are, and you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, and I take what you say more seriously because I know we're getting off topic for Star Wars, but I just wanted to point out that you are such a hardcore fan. You're just like my dad. Like when I asked my dad, like, you curious about the new movies or see the Star Wars line, and he goes, "Son, my Star Wars ended in 1980," and I'm like, "Damn, Dad." But
No.
so when he says that, and you talk about how the Star Wars, every time you get disappointed, it's like you're like a little kid, like they keep presenting to you like this ball of shit, and then when they open their hands, like, oh, it is a ball of shit. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But then I have people I work with that like are huge Star Wars fans, huge, and they're like jerking off to Mandalorian, or even jerking off to the new Star Wars, and I'm like, why?
I'm not a Star Wars fan in the sense that I know what the name of every blaster is. I don't know a lot of those facts.
Do you have your own Stormtrooper outfit?
What?
Do you have your own Stormtrooper outfit?
No, I do not.
Okay.
No. So what I'm saying is,
as we're talking about this, there's Star Wars posters above his head. But anyways,
right? Because most people have posters of movies they like. So here's the thing, like
Hayden Christensen.
You're so ridiculous. So, but when I don't want to talk. We're doing it. We're doing
Go
it.
for it. Give it in.
All right. It's just Star Wars all the time. No,
you're just angry.
Star Wars.
You need to get
Star
it out.
Wars is different.
You're wearing a Millennium Falcon shirt.
I'll try to get it back to sports. Right.
Yeah. Bring it back.
I wear a lot of Patriot shirts too. Right. Sports stuff. So
okay, there we go. We brought it back.
It's not just Star Wars for.
Oh yeah, he's a Tom Brady dick sucker. I get it.
But we're gonna go back to sports. We're gonna
because
back to
they
sports
do Star Wars nights at the Angel Stadium a lot.
They do it everywhere. They actually do it everywhere.
Why?
So you know.
Is that a thing?
Because it's that popular. It's that popular.
Wow.
And it's also Disney oriented, if you think about it, in a lot of ways. Like Disney
Angels,
and ESPN.
yes, Angels and Star Wars makes sense because we used to own the Angels. But ESPN, why?
Right.
ESPN
because it's
ESPN
sports.
promote it.
ESPN is Disney.
Promotes it?
Disney, yeah, the ESPN helps with a lot of this stuff.
Oh,
a lot of sports. That. ABC? Oh, come on, ABC.
No, I don't pay attention.
You don't think during
Star Wars
ABC,
nights? No, I don't. The Star Wars nights, I don't pay attention to. Like, I don't give a two shits about it. So when you tell me that, I never see it. I don't watch those channels.
Well, no.
Anyway,
What I'm saying though is, like, for example, if the Super Bowl's happening, right? And let's just say it's airing on ABC or ESPN or whatever, right? That's the channel. You don't think it's like all of a sudden, like, you know how like they show the best blockbuster movies and stuff? Notice how like whoever owns that station, that property, gets like top billing for those trailers.
Wait, so how does this link back to Star Wars nights?
Well, I'm trying to.
Okay.
I don't know. We get so far into everything, I can never keep track of it all. But
take notes.
Basically, what were we talking about?
Relationships. You were trying to say like,
disappointment.
Okay.
I used to like watching sports.
Okay.
I used to like to watch sports for the sake of watching my favorite players do great things last minute. You know what I mean? Like, make that amazing shot, make that great play, make that home run hit, save the day kind of thing, right?
Save the day.
I'm watching
in the
it
outfield.
I'm watching. There's an element to sports. It's about cheering on your heroes.
Yeah.
Right? Star Wars, you're cheering on your heroes, right?
Cheering them on.
So imagine if like you go to watch sports and then they take your heroes out of it. You know what I mean? Or they do something to the players that makes it impossible to enjoy, whether they put chains on them and weigh them down so they can't make those jump shots, or they can't, the bat weighs 1,000 pounds so they can't even pick it up. Like Disney did that to Star Wars. They took the characters and they just kind of ruined them. So for me, it's not the same as like a nerd boy fan. It's like, and what Disney did is like they changed the rules of the game forever. So like that bat is always going to be 1,000 pounds. So when you go up to play baseball and you're going to hit, your favorite character is always going to have 1,000-pound bat now. They're never going to be able to swing it. Like that's what Disney did to Star Wars. Luke Skywalker will never be Luke Skywalker the way we envisioned him again. And I think that's why people are so pissed off at both sides of the coin, Star Wars and sports, because if you start involving politics in both, you start changing the dynamics of both, people are going to lose interest. But getting back to ESPN and separating it out, that's it. I think
I'm just impressed you brought that back. I'm just impressed.
Thank you. That's what it was.
I'd be very impressed when someone can lift that 1,000-pound bat. Do you do you have a fantasy football team or a fantasy?
I do
sports
not.
team?
My family does a lot of that. I actually don't have the time for that shit. Believe it or
Not try to get off topic on talking about ESPN and being lumped out by itself. So I think we solved that question, and we have a little time left. I wanted to ask: when I was growing up, I was looked down upon as a nerd. I mean, nowadays nerds are sexy or what the fuck they are now. I don't know what this shit happened. How this shit turned over. Now there's like esports or whatever. And they choose games that make no fucking sense to me. Like, why are
They
we
just
playing?
make a lot of money.
Why are we making fucking
Yeah.
Halo games as a sport? Like, why isn't Call of Duty like why are there teams and why is it some shitty ass fucking game like Fortnite? I don't even think Fortnite's one of them. But anyways, I digress.
Well, Fortnite's free, right? Everybody can play
I don't
it.
fucking know. I'm just saying there's esports people that actually go to tournaments and like there's these teams and like no one's fucking like how come it's
Well,
not Call of
again, it might
Duty
be
or Halo?
sponsorships, and it might be the studios
Yeah,
again. You know what I mean?
politics involved, but my thing is when I was growing up though, playing video games, I think I would have gone into esports if I knew that it could have been something because I played video
Right.
games a lot. But it was like talked down upon. Not saying that I took influence by people.
Nothing was taken seriously when we were kids like
right,
that.
right,
Nothing.
right. But if you were into sports, you were considered a jock, and they looked at you higher up. I mean, was never a jock. I played all the
That's
sports
true.
because I liked
If
being
you played
outside
sports.
too. I played outside all the
Right.
time too. I was one of those kids that got,
But not
between
organized sports.
Right. You just got tossed out of the house and you go play whatever sports your friends
Right.
in the neighborhood do. But anyways, the organized sports in school and everything, everyone go jocks and all this shit. But then people now play fantasy football and fantasy baseball, fantasy hockey, fantasy pornos. I don't know what they're fucking doing. and it's still looked at as that's like part of the jock world, right? And
Right.
that's like, and if like, I'm not sure if any of those people still look down on people who play like RPGs. I mean, I look down on people who play Dungeons
sure.
and Dragons because
I'm sure they
nerds.
do. Yeah,
Like, I'm a nerd, but I look at even nerdier people. It's like, I play
There's
Halo every
levels
day.
of
I've been playing
nerdiness,
Mario
yeah.
35 for the last 4 weeks. But, people playing Dungeons
Well,
and
it is
Dragons, I'm like,
addictive.
pissing on them. But then you hear, like, the fantasy football people are like, oh, yeah, I got to trade my people, and I'm going to get all these points. I mean, yeah, you make money on it, too, and everything. Because I hear it at work,
Right.
too. People did it. Like, remember, what's his name?
Yeah. There's a guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right. But then, like, when I mention, like, oh, I'm playing this game, they're like, oh, you're a nerd. It's like, you're the one looking at stupid stats that, like, you're trading football players as a fantasy team.
Yeah.
It's
different.
that's no different than
It's
playing
different kind of
role playing games or
It's
whatever
like
bullshit.
sports Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, that's what that is. It absolutely
yeah.
that's what it is. It's 100%.
Yeah, no, sports-
100%.
Well, I think the difference is like sports, even though you're not playing it, like if you're doing a.
It's like the modern day gladiator, right? Is that what the fuck that is?
Well, no. What well, you're doing comparisons here. So like, if you're talking the actual sports athletes, like that's respectful, right? You gotta pay attention to that.
Yeah.
But the people that are doing their whatever, I forget, online football,
Fantasy.
whatever, fantasy football, that would be borderline on nerd to some extent. But most of those people probably played sports. You know what I mean? So it's a kind of like if you're a theater person and you acted on stage in high school or college, or maybe did a couple of things outside. Like when you watch a movie, you kind of relate. You know what I mean? Like it's
Well,
not
Al
same
Bundy.
thing.
I
If you play
scored
the
4
game, you kinda
touchdowns
relate
in
to
one
sports.
single game. I never let that
Well,
down. That was my
it's
big
also,
Hall of Fame.
But with fantasy football, I feel like it's like gambling too, where it's
That's
like
part of it.
you kind of get excited because when they succeed, you succeed, kind of thing, and it kind of fills that gambling bug inside of you a little bit.
I just
So it
don't
might
want
be more of a
I
gambling
just don't want
problem.
those jocks to fucking look down on people
Those
who play
fucking
video games.
jocks
Well, 'cause
who are
it's-
great listeners.
it's just-
Thank you.
It's just bottom line is everyone has their thing. I'm gonna you know what?
Yes.
I'm gonna start off my statement like this. My final thought.
Oh, okay. Here we
This
go.
is my final thought. Everyone has their thing that gets them off. Whether it be video games, whether it be sports, whether it be fucking birds
Or chicks.
or chicks. Okay. You have your thing you're very obsessed about. I mean, like, I used to think that getting into cars was, like, very manly and knowing how to
Yeah.
work on cars and knowing about the car. And then when I went to car shows and I listened to people talk, I'm like, holy shit, they're just nerds. Like, yeah, they're gearheads. That's the word for them. Or
Right,
rotor
right.
heads in my world because I have the rotary engine. There still, as they talk, I'm like, holy shit, they're the exact same people I hear when they talk about, hey, did you guys get that new Pokemon card? And then you hear, no,
Yeah.
man, did you get that new suspension? It's the same fucking thing. So it's just like, whatever
Right,
you're into, you're
right.
going to nerd out about it. I mean, that's just
Right.
bottom line.
Well, I think
Or
that's
did
the
you see
thing
that?
is,
Did you see that football player? No, Tom Brady did not cheat. He didn't deflate that football. It's just like, come on, nerds.
we all know that the referees were touching that ball the whole time. So if it was that bad, I think somebody at some point
Matt,
would
I
have said, "Okay,
sent
let's
you.
take this away."
I sent you their football.
I actually have that game ball. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I have it displayed up in my office. So thank you for
Deflated.
that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. We all know how that went down. Plus, there's a lot of. I have every one of those games taped, by the way.
He won them. Whatever. It's just annoying that he was that good.
Yeah. Well, he's having a hard time now a little bit.
His team
He's
was
a lot of
good.
Patriots.
Apparently, it wasn't
Yeah.
just him. It was his team.
Yeah.
But he did help out. So what? Matt, give us your final thought. What do you want to talk about? It could be anything. It doesn't have to be about ESPN being by itself.
Well, my final thought is,
Papa Booey, Papa Booey.
I hope no children listen to this pod. So
Not until you're older,
Uh,
son.
I'm gonna give a disclaimer right now. If you're a child, plug your ears, walk away. But when you find out that Santa is not who you think he is,
Get out of here.
you know what I mean? You're changed for life. You know what I'm saying? For life, you're never the same.
Holy
And,
shit.
And so for me, I feel like
That's for real.
the
dog.
sports industry, Hollywood, they've done that to me. Like, they have taught me to not care anymore. Like, I have made it my mission in life to go back and find the classics.
You have been.
I Love
I've
Lucy.
noticed. Yeah.
It's just I don't have the passion that I once had for these things anymore. And it's sad because in this day and age when you want an outlet, to forget about your problems in life and the crappiness in the world, they're there to remind you of it. And it sucks. I wish they just get back to what they were originally intended for, which is entertaining with life lessons, but not a bombardment of one opinion or stereotype
But also
throughout the course of every aspect of media that they own.
But also to escape reality.
To
Your own
escape
reality.
reality. And if you want to send a message, send it through great storytelling and try to change the message between all platforms and all shows and all movies and all sports, because that is redundant and that is bullshit. And that is why you are losing my business and probably other people's business as well.
On that note.
Thank you for listening to Entertainment Banter. My name is Matt.
And my name is Joel. And I'm done.